What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I guess you could say that Little D has risen on the market. If you thought I wasn't going to be some kind of man-child and be more of a professional here on Market Watch instead of saying you should get your Little D's up for $8 on the market right now, you'd be dead wrong. I'm enabled by this environment. I'm a guy who plays and gets to talk about a game he loves for a living. Heck yeah. So within this, you do see that there's a flavor text that is different than the average card because it's from Joey's World. These are the closest we had to Magic the Gathering's joke cards, where Joey reads off the flavor text. Yo, this Tyrannosaurus totes got a terrible temper, and the name has been a meme for a while, and memes translate to dollars. Jerry Beansman buyouts, Moki Moki buyouts, even though we haven't talked about it with advanced ritual art and how freaking long for Christia. Little D is pretty hilarious in and of itself, and for $8 I would be getting my Little D's up on the market. But what about you? The market price from actual sales is $5.50. Is this the closest thing we have to like modern tournament pack vanillas besides what's in Astral Turbo packs alongside those fusions? How do you feel about Little D being up here on the market? And really huge news though, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duel YCS has been announced. We don't have a date, we don't have details, but on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Twitter, along with the World Championship cancellation announcement there, they have given an official status to what will be upcoming, and it is an online YCS. This is freaking awesome for Yu-Gi-Oh!, but you can bet it's going to be causing some buyouts. I do want to warn though, with the 2021 Megatons on the horizon, and this is Chow Productions' new site, Gamer's Choice. I know the glam is a 2020 Megaton, but 2021 Megatons are upcoming. They are confirmed at the distro level to have Rise of the Duelist, Eternity Code, Ignition Assault, Phantom Rage, and more. People are going to start picking up cards that are highly likely to be in there in order to compete in these competitions, because time equals money. Having cards over time does equal what you would be paying on them even if they're going up, and that's even better if they do. So people are willing to put in for a tournament that could have really huge unique prizes throughout time. Those Alistair mats aren't selling for any jokes. And I did want to clear up one other piece of confusion before we got into things. Over on his site, there's only one Ghost from the Past on the glam, but it says displays. These are 5 packs of Ghost from the Pack total that each have 3 packs within inside. So whenever you get like one little thing, it's going to be 5 at the $100 mark, and code WhatsGood5 is 5% off, and it supports the channel directly whenever shopping Gamer's Choice. Tons of amazing deals over here. But Lightning Storm is likely to get reprinted in those 2021 tins, and it is rising in price right now. We've checked in. It recently was around 120, still is, but People versus Eldritch and other decks are going to need access to this that most likely is going to get reprinted. Also, Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, the main chase out of Phantom Rage, it could get left out of the tins, but when you start speculating about the high-end cards that'll get left out, they're very few and far between in history. Usually it's a mid-level card like Chaos Dragon Levianeer that escapes the tin and gets reprinted into the ground later between multiple other sets. You have Eternity Code with Access Code Talker, Chamber Dragon Maid, Amador Archosaur, Gearsu, and then finally you also have Droplet, Talents, Nadir, Servant, Ice Dragon Prison. So many candidates to end up in those Megatons. That's why the Megatons are flying off shelves. I've never seen so many people purchase those kinds of sets through my codes, through YBM Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily, through Gamer's Choice. You all have been going after a ton of the cases of Megatons, and thank you so much, but people expect the Megatons to be one of the best of all time, up there with 2019's, and I think that's a pretty fair assumption with how bad the choices were for Ghosts from the Past overall. And by the way, with Ghosts from the Past, the only reason I even bring it up here is I good keep long-term sealed, and seeing you able to get a whole case near MSRP per box in here, that's pretty darn good. Now, with the discussion of these sets being reprinted, there are sets that won't necessarily get reprinted. Everybody's wondering when or where or how Red Eyes Dark Dragoon could get reprinted. Will it be an OTS ulti only, and then will be a long time without a reprint? Could it be secret rare in the 2021 Megatons? Could it be in King's Court as a collector rare? Where will Konami put it? Nobody knows, and its price has been really solidly up and is starting to head towards 85 rather quickly after a couple of motivated sellers. Also, Pot of Prosperity, we know this won't be in the Megatons. Blazing Vortex / Dumpster Fire, the first set not to appear in the Megatons, could age well thanks to its chase card over time, just like Ignition Assault did thanks to Lightning Storm. But come on, this card is really amazing. I could see this rising in price and then sticking because of this remote dual YCS. So I would personally be selling any extras of cards within the main sets of the Megatons. That's Rise, that's Phantom Rage, Eternity Code, Ignition Assault. I would be selling the main chases out of those if you have extras. But if you're picking them up in this market, you're stuck paying a pretty penny right now into a market that has just pushed cards that we know are getting reprints, like in Legendary Duel Season 3, whenever that's announced, just pushing the prices up right until we're actually going to get our hands on them, even though there's not in real life tournaments. These remote duel prizes are no jokes. And if you are in the market for buying these and are forced to, use that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra, to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. And if I haven't sold out enough today, Stay Classy did drop their numbered Judgment Dragon, and it sold out in just hours. The Playmaker Firewall has sold well over half of its quantities and will be off of the site probably soon with Playmaker on the back. And they are re-waving a non-serialized, so non-numbered version of the JD Honest due to its popularity. You can use code What'sGood5 at Stay Classy for these amazing high-quality field centers that I personally would simp for and buy myself if I wasn't sponsored by them. Seriously, I hit him up and I was like, okay, if you don't sponsor me, I'm still gonna be buying. Like, what could we work out? I am super happy to see his business doing so well, and he makes a great quality product. Jinzo Secret Rare is the new buyout out of Speed Duel Battle City box. They're going after everything rolling buyouts in the Speed Duel Battle City box, and I don't blame them. Like I said, if I was personally a vendor today, months ago, I would have poured money into this set, and whoever did and listened to me, because nothing moved after I gave that huge shout out, you're eating pretty well for yourself. Jinzo is way up. Dark Paladin doing well for itself. Nobleman a crossout on Fallout from recently. You have Air Knight recently bought out. Just every card in here has been spiking for Boomer Goat format, having a nice high rarity or very low price due to its comparables, like Tenzo and Secret PSV Jinzo, way up there in price. This is still relatively budget versus those cards. Also, speaking of the 2021 Megatons that are very popular, the theme once again is Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, and I haven't looked up some Dark Magician support in a while. Some of the prices and quantities are very wonky. Like right here, $20 lowest for the legendary decks, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. At least I believe so. Let's double check that. Yeah, around $20, 21. So this fusion is played within it, never got a freaking reprint. Then you also have Apprentice Illusion Magician. The JMPS version has been bought out, and people are a little confused about Jump versus JMPS. This is the Scholastic Book Fair version of Jump promos, whereas Jump is, as we know it, Jump Magazine. So they're kind of the same, yet people buy out one for shock value or because people don't know as much about it, and then they'll look up the card and might give in to buying it. Do be aware of the difference, but both extremely low in quantities on the market as people have been collecting Jump promos. It does have a competing ultra rare now around $10. Let's see what it actually is at. Yeah, around $10 there. And then Dark Magic Circle, its secret rares are going up and off the market. Only 19 listings left for the first ed original. If you're picking cards up from this that could end up in Legendary Duel Season 3, I do suggest highest rarity. The first editions are still somewhat very nicely cheap from the Dark Illusion right now. Around $10. I could see this being 20 in the future. It does have a competing secret rare from the Mega Packs, but those are almost gone as well. And then the ultra rares are sitting around here very low if you just want a holographic version. And the common, I was told, is rising up towards $1 pretty fast. It's already right about there. Child Productions, speaking of the man launching the site, is the cheapest listing there within a gross amount of quantities. Now, get to the cards, John, get to the cards. This is awesome, and I want you to pay attention to how, like, on top of things Mega House is. Read some of these choices for their pull. They have done amazing figures such as the Blackluster Soldier, which I actually have here in the background. You can see over here. I loved this figure. It's so awesome in detail, and they've done pre-paint that looks freaking awesome, the translucentness of the stand and its hair, and then the sword, the recolor into lighter. I really appreciate what they've done with this reprint. I'll probably be purchasing it and having 2 Black Luster Soldiers because I'm a simp for Yu-Gi-Oh! But when we look through the Mega House survey, Dark Magician Girl's probably gonna win. The DM era starts out strong, but they have so many GX cards, Ancient Gear Golem, Cyber Dragon, the Rainbow Dragon. This is a poll you can go and vote on and help them decide, but they go into Zexal and 5Ds. You have Black Rose Dragon, you have Utopia, Shooting Quasar because the Stardust Dragon figures are already getting done. They go into Zexal with the Number Monsters, and you have 5Ds with Rebellion Xyz Dragon, even Firewall Dragon, Decode on here. They are looking for the popularity of every single era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because this line has been doing so well that they can even do recolors. I am stoked to see the future. I hope they don't only stay in the DM era and we get a high-end, like, Utopia would be awesome. But it's probably just gonna be Dark Magician Girl, right? Seeing Barrel Dragon, Dark Necrofear, so many on point. The Yuria Haman Raviel trio, they really have their head on straight towards the market. Whoever's working at Mega House who made this survey, I just want to give a tip of the hat to you, man. 1 day a piece super rares have been bought out. Draw power cards always tend to do this, but I actually didn't know that 1 day a piece only had 2 printings. I thought this was in Structured X and other places. No, only Photon Shockwave and super rare, and the Photon Shockwave one is heading towards $2 rather quickly. Divine Dragon Knight, Felgrand, rank 8, Give Protection Galaxy, best deck ever. It is around $30 now for a secret rare, creeping up towards the price of the ultis, but there's not like many ultis left. The unlims are at 35, so where are the first edition nearmints? Almost towards 60, around 55. And Scrapyard has been bought out here. It's no copies at all. That's Scrap Raptor hype for you guys. I told you that the hype would calm down and probably resurge. It's like I've seen these kinds of things happen from meta impacting cards that get underestimated, lost in the wind, and rehyped later. Market Man sometimes does know best. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations, be it the figures, the upcoming YCSs, and speculation from that. And also do check out Chow Productions site, Gamer Choice, linked in the description. I'll pin it in the comment again. I love how he's actually limited people on certain products, so they've stayed up even a full day later despite being here on Market Watch, and really awesome cases at 1 per person as well, such as King's Court or Lightning Overdrive. This is really power to the players with these prices, and code WhatsGood5 works on the already cheap prices as well. Usually, you might want to avoid the sealed, but at these prices, it's way too hard to resist.